What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin and we are in the garage studios. This is an update video. So many things I want to talk about. That's why this is the second update video for the month. Yeah, so let's get started because I got a lot of stuff to share with you all and I can't wait to hear feedback. But the first thing I want to go over is I took the R1S once again to a work commute trip. There's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do that. Number one, Rivian just released a new update that included the Google Maps integration, so I wanted to go check that out. And number two, I wanted to get another sample data to share with you all. Again, this is nothing scientific, and the distances and conditions vary between these work commute trips. But the most recent trip I took, 128.7 miles, 3.19 miles per kilowatt hour, or 313.5 watt hour per mile, using up 41 kilowatt hours on that trip. Compared to the first commute, it's 147.5, 3.09 miles per kilowatt hour. But I'll just put the two comparisons. I mean, the efficiency seems very similar, even though the distances vary with road conditions, weather, traffic, and all that. They vary. But I just wanted to show you that the efficiency is fairly the same. But the last 15 minutes of efficiency was 3.85 miles per kilowatt hour. I think it's still pretty good numbers, even though it's a box-shaped SUV. I did supercharge in the morning before heading out, and the cable disconnected fine with the official Rivian adapter. I did already go to the service center. I had it there for 8 days. That video is going to be coming up on Sunday, hopefully. So stay tuned for that. Now, for that Rivian Google Maps integration, it's version 2025.22. It came in, I think, a few nights ago. Now, I do have the free Connect Plus trial, so I had, what is that called? Like, I was priority, because if you have Connect Plus, that's one of the features that you gain is you get priority access to the software update. So my initial impressions, like there's more traffic information, like the lines, the colors show up more. But here's the thing, I didn't have Connect Plus on my R1T, so I don't know if that is because it has Connect Plus, or is it because the Google Maps integration shows more information. According to the update notes, there are more things displayed on the Google Maps interface versus, I think it's Mapbox that they previously had. Now, when I talk about more icons, like there's orange cones when I'm driving through constructions. It even displays like accident icons. Something similar that you would find in Google Maps software itself. I don't recall seeing these on the Google Maps integration with the Tesla UI. One thing I do not like about it is the bigger fonts and display when I have navigation activated. Like let's say you're going to a destination and you input it. The window on the left hand side is now larger, and what I don't like about it is the list, the turn by turn list. You could only see like 2 or 3 now, instead of being able to see like 5 to 8. I mean, yeah, I could scroll and stuff, but I'd rather see the long list, or at least a larger list. But because it's a larger display, it can't display that turn-by-turn list. I tried to look through the settings and did not find a way to make the display smaller like how it was before. Now, clicking on some of the businesses, the point of interest and stuff does have more information pop up now, unlike before it didn't. Tesla UI has had this already, so it's a great new feature that Rivian has introduced with Google Map also. The best new feature, arrival in percentage. Finally. And the good thing about it is if you don't like the percent, right next to it, you have the arrival in miles as well. So it's always great to see them side by side or have the option to see one or the other. Now, I didn't see a way to turn off one or the other, so it's always going to display both percentage and miles when you arrive at your destination. In my Tesla, I have an aftermarket screen behind the steering wheel that displays that. I wish one day, you know, Tesla would update their UI to also include both percent and range in miles. Another thing they mentioned in the notes is the updates to suspension and ride quality. I wanted to see that, but I did not feel anything different. So maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Although I'm not sensitive to feeling differences in ride quality, I don't know. I just didn't feel any difference, but that's always a welcome update to any software that comes about. Next thing is I got my license plate for the R1S. It only took like 2 weeks, which is pretty fast here in California. So now I can apply for the HOV stickers. And I noticed that the fee went up to $27. I think previously it was like $22 or $24. Rivian Tracker just shared that Rivian Adventure Network has or will start doing off-peak rates. I'm gonna let you know if this happens in my area, but right now, or at least the last time I charged at a Rivian Adventure Network, it's just 61 cents per kilowatt hour all day 24/7. So this is a welcome change because previously it was a lot cheaper, more affordable with Rivian Adventure Network. Initially they were just charging for free. I mean, they're not available everywhere, but if you do come across one in the beginning, like 2021, 22, maybe even 2023, they were free to Rivian owners, and then they started charging, slowly increasing. They started like at 33 cents, 35 cents, 41 cents, even up to like 68 cents. If you checked out my previous videos, I was showing you all that. And right now, at least in my area, 61 cents per kilowatt hour. So it's a good sign that they're doing this. That way, when people go on road trips, depending on the time of day, they do get a good discount. Okay, we are here at the San Bernardino RAN charger. We're gonna do a couple things here. So this particular charger still has 61 cents per kilowatt hour. There is no off-peak pricing. Next, we have preconditioned the R1S to a point where it's no longer preconditioning. Just want to show you the battery temps at 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are currently low on charge, well, sort of low, 13% state of charge at 45 miles of estimated range. I want to see if the preconditioning thing is good and also the speeds around this state of charge will improve from the last time I did at the Tesla V4. So let's go. Okay, so we got the charging in hot weather notification. It is currently 89 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Somewhat cloudy. We're gonna go ahead and hit this to go away. All right, 14% state of charge, 213 kilowatt in speed. It's going up and down, as you can see. Now this is something that is normal that I've seen the first time I charged. Now this charging speed reduced slower due to cabin and battery cooling. So it's really cooling the battery down because it is a little bit warm outside, but it's still pushing the 200 plus kilowatt in speed as we ramp up. So hopefully this will continue at this speed even towards 30%, but we shall see. Again, the preconditioning, I've done it to a point where it no longer needed to precondition, and I showed you the battery temps before I plugged it in. But it is fairly warm, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, we are going up and down. Look at this, 20% state of charge, 122 kilowatt. It hopped back up to about 180, but yeah, it's really considering that 89-degree weather outside is hot enough to lower the charge speed. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, Rivian is known to have what is that, like battery management, like cooling. I don't know if it's issue, but it just can't do it better than other EVs. But just wanted to share, this is actually the first time I'm experiencing this. I've had taken my R1T to road trips, but never really noticed it perform this way. So I don't know, but I'm just sharing with you my experience. All right, just checking back in, 31% state of charge, 132 kilowatt. Yeah, the temperatures outside is probably a big factor, and I'm actually staying inside this time with the AC on and working. So I'm just gonna chill here, I guess. Right now it's saying it's gonna take 43 minutes to get from 32% to 85% state of charge. Checking in once again, 46% state of charge, 146 kilowatt in speed, so it has gone up a little. Maybe it cooled down the battery. Okay, another check in, 63% state of charge, 110, 111 kilowatt in speed. So this is the normal speed I usually see. So I think we've crossed that area where we could have been charging faster, but because of the heat, it slowed it down. But now this seems to be a little bit more in line with my usual experience around this state of charge. All right, this is interesting. My limit is 85% and it stopped at 83%. So it might be just hot. Hopefully we can unplug. Actually, can we check the battery temps right now? 126 degrees Fahrenheit. More than likely it is because of the battery temperatures. All right, we are going to unplug due to just it stop charging. It's in red. So, all right, we are able to unplug. Thank goodness. I will put up the final stats and everything, but I've never ran into that issue before. I mean, thankfully, it's happened right close to the charge limit. I'm going to be going somewhere tomorrow, so I wanted to charge fairly high. So that's what happened. My most recent charge. Let me know what you think. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Tesla announced the Model Y 6-seater. Currently, this will be released in China. It is a 6-seater with captain chairs on the second row. From what it looks like, these will be 7-inch longer. Now, we had a 7-seater for a year. That was our in-between car from our minivan to the first Model X that we ordered because it took a year. Around that time we ordered the Model X, it was in between like refresh periods, and so we couldn't, like, we had to wait like a year from order date to delivery date. So we needed a car immediately, so we ended up buying a 7-seater Model Y. Yeah, it's really not a good car as far as if you're gonna use it for 7 seats. Yeah, we hardly use it, and I've mentioned it in many videos, but I would think twice on that 7-seater. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it is 7 inches longer, they say. Look, worst case, people will use these as a 4-seater Model Y, and they have a large trunk space, and they could reach it. So I think it would be cool. We do need more of these types of vehicles in that segment, more options. But 7-seater Model Y, man, no. Next thing is Grok installed in your Tesla. So If you're not aware what Grok is a family of large language models and chatbot developed by xAI, Elon Musk's AI company. This is mostly used in the X platform. So if you have an X account, you're probably familiar with it. I've used it a few times. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I've seen demos of it, and I don't know if it's real videos or just made up, but it's pretty funny. So you're gonna need 2025.26 or newer. You're gonna need an AMD CPU. So sorry for the Intel Tesla owners, you're not going to be able to get this, at least at this time, according to system requirements. You're going to need premium connectivity or be connected to a Wi-Fi network. Yeah, the videos with the like conversational AI is pretty crazy, and it looks fun. So I can't wait to get it. My Model Y should have the ability to get that update, and of course the Cybertruck should be able to get that. So I'm curious and I'm intrigued, and I can't wait to try it out. Next is the congestion fees that Tesla recently added. Basically, it's a little different than idle fees. If the Tesla Supercharger location is considered busy, then they have a congestion fee now. So be on the lookout for that. If you have a Tesla, it will display it on your UI in the charging window that lets you know that there will be congestion fees applied if you charge up to 80% and beyond. I mean, you could charge up to 80 and you need to unplug. So set your charge limit to 80%. That way it stops charging. If you go beyond 80%, then you're going to be hit with is it a per minute or per percent? I can't remember. It might be a per minute additional charge on top of your per kilowatt hour rate. So be on the lookout for that. Non-Tesla vehicles charging at compatible Tesla superchargers like the Rivian, I don't see that warning on the UI. So I don't know if it's because we're already paying at a higher rate, or that we are paying for a subscription to get the Tesla owner rate as well. Like they don't have to charge you on that, or I don't know. But I don't notice it. So if you have a non-Tesla charging at a busy Tesla supercharger, let me know if you see that on your UI, that warning. But for right now, I don't see it in my Rivian. So I know I've been doing a lot of Rivian content lately simply because of the new vehicle. And I've also noticed a more than usual increase in subscribers. So I welcome you all new subscribers to the channel. If you're new here, just wanted to explain that this channel is not only my channel, it is also your channel. So I sometimes use some of the content that you provide me in the comments to make videos and to also talk about them in other videos. So I appreciate that. But basically what you're gonna see on this channel is just ownership experience videos based on my experience. So you may agree, you may disagree, and it's all right. Great discussions in the comment section. Also, you're gonna see good things, you're gonna see bad things, you're gonna see weird things, but basically I try to make a place where if people have weird issues or bad issues, look, get on the comments, let's talk about it, let's find some solutions on it, because I've had many issues with the Model X, the two previous Model X that I've had that were both bought back, and I had nowhere to go to. Sure, I could go to Facebook groups, I could go to forums, I could go to Reddit, but it's just a mixture of reactions. Many of them are just like, oh, I don't get that, so that you're making that up. So it's kind of like, you know what? Let's just make videos on it, good, bad, weird, And it's not just Tesla, it's also Rivian. That's why there's an upcoming service video with the Rivian. Also included in those like service videos, I always show the invoice. That way, if you have similar issues, there's part numbers and everything on there and possible cost you may incur. I'm just trying to provide as much information as I can. This channel is not like this brand is better than this brand. It's more of, look, I own these cars. As you can see, there's 3 of them here. I own them, I don't borrow them. Here are my experiences with them as a real owner and not just someone who gets it for a short period of time. Now, I do have content that where I borrow cars and stuff, but primarily these are the 3 cars at the moment that I do content on that I can share with you my honest opinions on it. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get the same experience, but at least you can get an idea of what it's like to own these vehicles or compare if you own the same car. So it's always fun discussing about it in the comments below. So please continue on with the comments, and it's great. Now, yes, it's mostly been Rivian lately, but I do have some Tesla specific videos, such as the Tesla run to Lake Arrowhead, the Cybertruck beach trip that we recently took, quick video on the Twisted Tesla event that I shared with you a few videos back that event was coming, so I went. And then some Cybertruck accessories I've been sitting on them for months. There's just so many stuff going on. Also R1S accessory videos. Now, upcoming events, we have the Super 73 on July 19th in San Clemente. Legacy in Motion, they are celebrating their 9-year anniversary. I plan to go. I got my pass, so hopefully we can go. Cyber Odyssey is also on July 19th. They are going to be in Pismo Beach. I just can't make it to that one. It's just a bit too far, and yeah, this is a bit too far, and I don't get passes a lot on the Cybertruck because it's not my Cybertruck. So maybe on the next Cyber Odyssey. Also X Takeover. Unfortunately, I cannot make it to those because it's my youngest son's birthday, usually around the time that they have it. So, and those are like huge events that I just get so overwhelmed, and yeah, sorry if you're expecting content from those events. They're just way too big. It's a bit far, and it usually lands on my son's birthday. So if you are going, have fun, and do let me know what you think about it. Here is a new event happening in August. It is the Bates Nut Farm, North San Diego County. So we have SoCal EVs is one of the groups that's going. Cyber Odyssey group is going. Tesla Run group is going. So this is probably going to be a fairly big event. I'm going to mention it to the Rivian clubs that I communicate with and hang out with, and maybe we can get a group of Rivians to go as well. There is a San Diego Rivian club, so maybe they'll drive up a little because it's North San Diego County. So if you are in the SoCal area, go check it out and hang out, and yeah, those are usually fun. A few of you have been asking about when the next time we're gonna go off-roading. Basically, that Big Bear trip started off as like not a joke, but we weren't really serious, and then all of a sudden it's like, you really want to go? So let's go. So we ended up just calling up other friends, and we went up. Like it was probably not even a 2-week planning thing. So fortunately, Gabriel was experienced on that trail, and Eric has gone to many road trips, so they were able to put something together. We are discussing about making it more organized so that we can invite more people to go. It is difficult when you have many people going with different levels of experience, because I'm not experienced. So it is difficult, but we are looking into it. We're going to be we've been talking about it, and I will update you all in videos once we are ready to do that. But yes, we are looking into it, and it would be great to see some of you guys join us. It's pretty fun. A couple of you had commented about the sending the map shortcut to the Rivian app. You are correct. I just didn't scroll enough, or sometimes my iPhone glitches and does not provide the Rivian app as a favorite like app or whatever. But I started seeing it, and yes, you all are correct. I can do a send to Rivian map. It actually works not only on Google Maps app, but also Apple Maps. So yes, that does work. Thank you for that. I do get this comment from time to time, and it always makes me feel real good, talking about how the content's great and why am I not bigger, or why don't I have more subscribers. And to be honest with you, I'm not in it to be in a race to grow the channel. I mean, it would be nice, but I think the other thing too is the type of content that I go over isn't what YouTube likes to push. It likes to push trending content, and I don't know. I don't like doing those kinds of content. I just like being able to hit record and just share with you the experiences I'm gonna have that day, or the experiences that I've had previously, and stuff like that. That's the kind of content I like. I mentioned in previous videos, like I want to come off as like your neighbor who has an EV, and if you have questions, you can come to me and ask, or you know, we're both neighbors and we both own EVs and we just like talking about it. You come over for a barbecue, we're hanging out, we're just talking. Like that's the type of content I like to do. And actually, some of the content I do stem from conversations having with people at events, at parties, just stuff like that. There isn't really, I mean, there's stuff that I planned on doing, but a lot of it, you know, I just talk. But I do appreciate those comments, and puts a big smile on my face, but thank you. Another comment asked about if I would recommend a Gen 1. So my opinion on the Gen 1, having had one and jumping into a Gen 2, if you could find it for a really good price, go for it. Gen 1 platform is really good from my experience. I've only had 2 campaigns that affected me. One was the 12-volt battery that they replaced with mobile service, and then the other one affected me while I was in Anza Borrego with the knuckle hubs. Those bolts are, you know, behind the wheel next to the half shaft, so they started coming loose. There was a campaign for that, and I didn't think it was too serious until it actually happened in Anza Borrego. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But yeah, I had to get towed. Aside from that, I mean, the other thing you want to look into is like whether or not you're going to miss any of the software updates, because there are some updates that the Gen 1 will not get simply because of hardware limitation. The UI is a little bit more sluggish. I mean, overall, if you compare to Tesla and Lucid UI, Rivian UI is a bit sluggish. And not a bit, but noticeably. How about that? So if you've never experienced Gen 2, then you probably won't feel it be more sluggish than the Gen 2. But other than that, I mean, you know, if you want me to go further into Gen 1 versus Gen 2, do let me know in the comments below. I want to also go over some feedback from the commute video. Many of you have said that the weird ping pong thing and the instability when driving is due to being it's a shorter wheelbase when compared to the R1T, and also maybe the 22-inch tires could play into factor, or the 22-inch wheels could play into factor of a rougher driving experience or something compared to the R1T. Now, I did get an alignment because I felt that it was leaning to the left a little bit, even though on the service invoice it said that I stated it was right, but it was leaning to the left. So that will be part of the service video coming up. They did do an alignment, so it did fix some of it. All right, next thing I wanted to share with you all is I do have recorded content of a Honda Prologue. My neighbor got it as a loaner, and I've been holding on to it because I don't know how to edit this video, and I think it is an unfair video after just watching a few of the clips. I was a little bit upset from the story that my neighbor told me about how he came to getting the Honda Prologue as a loaner, and it may have affected my viewpoints during that video. So I'm still holding on to it. I don't know if I want to edit and produce it and share it with you all. If you are curious about it, I recorded it like in the fall last year, so it's almost a year old, so things may change by this time, but I don't know. Let me know what you all think in the comments if you are curious about that video, and I may look into it and maybe tweak a few things just to be a little bit like just more fair. It just seems that some of the stuff that I said may be incoherent. Not that I was drunk, but it just seemed that I wasn't fair in that video because I was just upset. Not maybe with Honda, but maybe with the dealership. So yeah, let me know if you're curious about that, and we'll look into that. The next thing is I did get 1,000 credits for referring myself. So I got 500 for referring, and then another 500 for being referred. So I got 1,000. On top of that, I got 2 pending referrals. So man, really appreciate you all for using my referral. Now, Rivian does not tell me who these people are. So if you want me to give you a shout out, drop on the comments and let me know if you are one of those people who use my referral, and I'd be more than happy to give you a shout out. But I really appreciate that. Let me know which model you got, what color, all the specs and all that. But yeah, I really appreciate you all for using my Rivian referral and my Tesla referral. And so the thing with Rivian, they recently updated their referral program. They lessened the amount. I think the first 10 referrals, you get 500 credits or something like that. And so once the 2 people take delivery, they get into my account, and now I'll have 2,000 credits, or I think like $2,000 worth to spend in the Rivian shop. So here are the things that I'm thinking of getting or contemplating on. I don't know yet, but I really like the awning. I really like the awning. There's been a few times that I'm like, man, I wish I had an awning. So I'm looking into that. I already have the crossbars from Rivian that I bought when I had the R1T from Credits Again. Thank you very much. I just haven't installed it yet because I don't know if I want to get the full rack system on the roof, because at least with the R1S, it's more flexible. You could do more stuff with it. So I'm not sure yet. So it's still in the box, those crossbars, but I am interested in looking into that awning. I'm also interested in looking at a rooftop tent that they have. Now, a couple of things about the rooftop tent. I don't go camping. Actually, I haven't camped. Now, at least not for a very long time. And so it's an expensive item, even though I'm using points, or would be using points. But there's a couple of things that I was thinking about. As you can see, it is parked in the garage. If I have that on my rooftop, will it clear the doorway? That's one. I don't want to have to keep removing it and installing it because it is a very heavy tent. So I don't want to have to keep doing that. And if I remove it just so that it fits in the garage, where am I going to put that? You know, so that's another problem. And I'm scared of heights. I can't even climb the roof of my house. So I'm scared of heights. Now, I think there's an advantage to having a rooftop tent. I mean, if you're out camping and there's animals around, I guess it adds a more security. So I don't know. Let me know what you think if you have a rooftop tent, or if you ended up getting a ground tent. I don't know what it's called. But I've been checking out some tents at Costco. I also went to a shop nearby that sells outdoor gear. If you haven't checked out that video, do check it out. I don't know. I'm new to this. I want to explore it more, and I want to do more stuff like that. Or I can save up for all-terrain wheels and tires. I think they're at like 3,700 bucks. They are really expensive, but if I want to be more serious about doing off-roading and stuff like that, or be less nervous going off-roading with all-season tires and 22-inch wheels, then I really need to look into this. Some of you have suggested to look at the used market. Yes, that is a good idea. I have been looking into that. I've also reached out to some companies to see if they would help give me a set of wheels and tires. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I am looking into many different options. I am interested in getting a set for off-roading. I can't let these go because this is a lease, and when the lease is up, I have to return it the way I got it. So I can't do trades. So regarding these referral credits, I do want to share that when we bought the Cybertruck, I had $4,500 worth of Tesla referral credits that went towards the truck. I just wanted to share with you all that you get a 1099. If you're not aware, you get a 1099 from Tesla. Anything, I believe, anything over $600, you're gonna get a 1099. So just be aware of that. These are some things that maybe some people are not aware of. Like I do reviews. There's a Best Buy program that I do reviews for. I don't do videos on it. I just do it for the Best Buy website. And so they would send me products for review, like laptops, electric scooters. Sometimes you'll see them in my videos here, and I do disclose that I did get it for free for review. But those, like those ones, Best Buy does send me a 1099 also. So just giving you a behind the scenes information. The recent thing I got from the Tesla credits, again, shout out to y'all for using my referral code. Abby wanted a bag, this mega backpack. So I ended up getting it. I was planning on getting crossbars for the Cybertruck. I just like the way they look. If you've seen Cobra's Cybertruck, like I love how it looks. I am not gonna mount my bikes on there because I have a hitch rack for my regular bikes, not the e-bike. And I also have a bed. And if I put crossbars on top of the Volt or the bed, then that kind of makes it like it's just not as accessible because the crossbars are in the way. I don't know. I was thinking about it, but we'll see. I mean, but I have used up some of the referral credits to get Abby a bag that she wanted. And so thank you for using again. Man, I'm just I feel good. Just you guys, man. Thank you very much. Model Y registration, it's that time of the year again. This time my renewal is $764. It's a Model Y Performance. Let me know what your registration looks like if you're in California, because I don't want to hear if you're outside California, because I'm just gonna be bummed hearing those lower cost renewal registration, multi-year renewal registration. So yes, $764. This is the third renewal. I'll put up my previous renewal cost, and this is every year that we have to do this. So shout out to the mobile print shop, Gus, a good friend of mine. I see him in events a lot, and we became good friends. Check this out, this shirt. One of the expo videos, I had a shirt printed out just so that I could use it as you know, just marketing or whatever, get people to check out the channel. And a few of you actually sent me a DM and like, hey, I didn't know you started selling merch. Where can I get one? I wasn't planning on that, but so I reached out to Gus, and so he sent me a few test samples and stuff. So I'm wearing it right now. This y'all, tri-blend. I love tri-blend material. It's soft. It's like not heavy. Great for the summer. So he sent me out this in gray and in blue. So shout out to him. Thank you. If you are interested in me putting out some merch, do let me know. I'll look into it. I'm gonna be working with Gus. We've been talking. I have some design ideas. It's just man, trying to find time. This YouTube channel has just been fun. It's an outlet for me to let frustrations out. It's an outlet for me to share information, and I love hearing feedback from you all, those that are enjoying it. So, but yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll get some shirts out, some gear out, become available on the channel. So pretty excited, but it's just trying to find time. And then finally, I need a name for the Cybertruck. Give me a suggestion. You know, I call the Model Y tricycle because that's one of the common ways, transportation method in the Philippines. I used to call the Model X jeepney because that's another form of transportation in the Philippines. But I don't know what to call the Cybertruck. So if you have any ideas, do drop them in the comments below. I'll run it by the boss because she owns this truck. And if she approves it, shout out to you, and we'll talk about it in a future video. The other thing is, I don't know what to call the R1S. I don't have a name. My previous R1T, I called it Tomater from the Cars movie because it's a truck and I love that movie and I love the Tomater character. I don't know, so let me know. So I will be the one that can decide on that name. So do drop your name suggestions in the comments below. I'll give you a shout out, and thank you for that participation points and all that. Wow, this video was supposed to be short, but I had so much to cover. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Look out for the Rivian service video. There's some really embarrassing but funny things in there. It's all good. I could be the butt of the joke. I'll take the swings. It's all good. It's all about just having fun and sharing information. But yeah, see you on the next one.